Hey there, Patriots. Do you guys remember this story?
Former Milwaukee judge Hannah Dugan's effort to overturn her guilty verdict was rejected this week. Now her case moves to the sentencing phase. Dugan was found guilty in December of obstructing federal immigration agents at the Milwaukee County Courthouse last year, but not guilty of concealing an undocumented immigrant. Let's talk about what's next with Milwaukee Journal Sentinel investigative reporter John Dietrich, who has covered.
Well, how about we don't talk about it? But guess what? And if you guessed that she got a slap on the wrist, you're absolutely right. One judge decided that, you know what she did didn't constitute her going to prison or doing any kind of prison time. We're going to get into this. Here we go. Hey there, Patriots. This is Troy, a little Patriot coming at you with another one. This is actually a follow-up video, which is going to piss off a lot of people, okay? And if it pisses you off, you're absolutely right to get pissed off. I, for one, am pissed off, and I think that people need to get together, especially in Wisconsin. And I think, in all honesty, a petition should be signed and sent to Washington, D.C., to the White House, to basically send the Department of Justice to look into this case with that judge, Dugan, I think it was, that back last year, she basically helped an illegal immigrant escape the courthouse, where ICE agents had to basically chase him down in the street. And she got into trouble for that. But now it seems, in my opinion, that another crooked judge basically gave her a slap on the wrist, and she's not going to do any kind of prison time, okay? And it's frustrating because we are being told, whether it's by the left or the right, that no one is above the law. And mostly by the left, they keep saying that no one is above the law. President Trump is not above the law. People on the right are not above the law. But yet, here we go. A woke judge decided to let an illegal immigrant go, okay, knowing that he was in court because he committed a crime. ICE agents got wind of it, went to the courthouse, notified the judge and her staff that once she's done with her proceedings, they were going to pick him up because he had a what is it, an order of removal on him. And instead of her saying, you know what, I have to do my job, I'm going to let them do their job. No, she decided to basically help him escape. Okay. But now here we are a few months later. And it seems like, you know what? She's just basically going to laugh in the face of the justice system, of Americans, of the victims, basically, if you think about it, because he was in court, I believe it was for assault. And it's like, you expect us to believe that you people on the left, you woke judges, you woke politicians, you woke activists, you keep expecting us to believe every time you say that you're on the right side of history. And yet you go and pull something like this. And as far as the other judge, they gave her a slap on the wrist. I think a petition should be started for him to be removed from the bench. Far too many times, and I've spoken about this so many times, and I've always put my my thoughts into the fact that judges should not be above the law. What stops judges from going to prison? Other crooked judges, in my opinion. Okay, you can't look at civilians in society and think that they're always going to feel like they're going to get a fair share if they ever end up in court for whatever reason. If you keep pulling stuff like this, you can't expect people in society to respect judges, especially in the blue states, if you keep siding with the criminals. And instead of making, it's not even about making an example of this female judge. She broke the law. You were supposed to do your job and keep her in check to let people know that, you know what, Lady Justice is blind. But you didn't do that, whoever this judge was. Okay? We're going to listen to this a little bit so you guys get more context, and then I'll play you the video clip of what was said and what the outcome was. It's ridiculous.
Former Milwaukee judge Hannah Dugan's effort to overturn her guilty verdict was rejected this week. Now her case moves to the sentencing phase. Dugan was found guilty in December of obstructing federal immigration agents at the Milwaukee County Courthouse last year, but not guilty of concealing an undocumented immigrant. Let's talk about what's next with Milwaukee Journal Sentinel investigative reporter John Dietrich, who has covered federal courts and trials extensively. John, thanks for joining us. We were both in the courtroom when Hannah Dugan was found guilty on that felony charge. That was nearly 4 months ago. She resigned shortly after that verdict. So, John, take us inside the sentencing process. Does Dugan face prison time?
Well, so we're looking at a sentencing in June, and what happens now is there's a pre-sentence investigation that's underway that looks into background of the judge and as a defendant. We're also going to see letters coming in and memos from both sides. Dugan does face 5 years in prison. It's very unlikely that she'll get prison time. This is all working off of federal sentencing guidelines. That's a number system, and it's very unlikely in a non-violent felony like this one, white collar as it's called, with a defendant who has zero criminal history, that she would face time. It's also important to note that Judge Edelman, who's the judge in this case, typically sentences below the guidelines.
All right, so you talk.
Okay, so there you go. That's the gist of it. They called this months ago. You heard what he said, that it's very unlikely that she's going to see any prison time because this is what they consider a white-collar crime. Hold on one second. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. And I've heard of the white-collar crimes, the blue-collar crimes, whatever, okay? But this should set a different precedent for the simple fact that this is a judge. A judge chose to help a criminal evade being captured by ICE, immigration officers, and kicked out of the country because he came into the country illegally. He broke a law. He committed a crime. And by that, he is supposed to be kicked out of the country, either serve time or kicked out of the country or both. So how can they look at this judge and come out and say, well, you know what, this is probably what the other judge, Adelman, I think he said, is going to do, because he convicts people below whatever their sentence, sentence should be. And it's like, why do we even have judges like this if criminals know that they can break the law and nothing's going to happen to them? This is why I'm saying that a petition should be signed. Millions of people somebody should start. I can't do it. I don't travel. I'm not going to try to take it to Washington. But as far as like people in Wisconsin, you need to start a damn petition and basically have it sent to Washington and even the Supreme Court, if need be, and have these judges removed from the bench and have this woman go to prison. She broke the law. Had it been anybody else doing what she did, knowing that they were helping and abating an illegal immigrant that committed a crime to try to evade being captured by law enforcement, they would be in prison for that. She should be no different. Okay? And it just seems as if, why even bother bringing up facts? Why even bother trying to get a conviction if you're going to have a woke judge defend another woke judge that broke the law against someone who broke the law? It's like the freaking blind leading the freaking blind. This is just incredible. Let's watch this video clip.
Well, a disgraced Wisconsin judge gets just a slap on the wrist for helping an illegal migrant evade ICE.
So disappointing. Madeline Rivera has the details. Hey, Madeline.
Hi, good morning. That's right. Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan has been ordered to pay a $5,000 fine. She will get no jail time despite federal prosecutors asking for 15 to 21 months behind bars. Dugan was convicted of felony obstruction in December. Prosecutors say she helped Eduardo Flores Ruiz, who was in the country illegally from Mexico, escape federal agents as they tried to serve him a warrant at her courthouse last April. Ruiz was facing battery charges. He was later arrested after suffered a foot chase outside the courthouse and deported to Mexico in November. FBI Director Kash Patel said of Dugan, no one is above the law. But before receiving her sentence yesterday, Dugan addressed the case and defended herself, saying she did not act with malicious intent. She says she was forced to retire, resigning in the beginning of the year after Republican state lawmakers threatened to impeach her. Her attorneys argued she's already suffered enough. She says she intends to return to public service. Guys.
Do you believe I tell you, some of these judges, their brains, it's not even judges, these people on the left, their brains are so damn polluted. She's over here saying that she has suffered enough. Excuse me, lady. There was a man brought before you, okay, for charges of battery, meaning that he hurt someone else. And by you letting that man, by you trying to help that man escape, you was implementing more pain on the victim. You went and broke the law by trying to help that man escape from being captured by ICE agents and deported because he came into the country illegally. Where in the hell do you think that your feelings matter in all this? Where do you think that you could come out and say, I've suffered enough? You're a judge. You were supposed to make the right call. You were supposed to let law do its job. And you decided to be just as crooked as the man that was brought before you, that you were supposed to put a sentence on, give him a judgment for the crime that he committed. And you're going to come out and say that you suffered in all this? I tell you, people, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up with this whole situation. Let's play this video clip. But before I do, don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, and pass the channel around. If you can help support the channel, there's a link in my description to my Cash App and my merch store. Also, if you can go back to my last podcast that came out 4 days ago on Monday, I talk about COVID and certain things in my life and in other people's lives. Go check out that podcast. It got some good views, but it could definitely be pushed out a little more. And also there will be another Monday night podcast coming up this Monday. That one, I'm going to have a few things to talk about, because it just seems like the crime in America and these woke politicians and just actors, I mean, it's insane. So stay tuned for that coming Monday. But let's check this out right here. Here we go.
Illegal immigration. We bring you to Wisconsin, where the Milwaukee judge, Hannah Dugan, who was convicted of helping an illegal alien evade ICE from her courtroom into the courthouse, got a slap on the wrist, if you could even call it that today.
She will avoid prison time, though prosecutors recommended 15 to 21 months behind bars, and has been ordered to pay a $5,100 fine.
Look at that. Just a fine. Or no prison time, a $5,000 fine, and I don't know what the $100 special assessment is. Who knows what that is? I mean, this is why people lose faith in the justice system. Okay? You'll get somebody that commits a crime that's a one-off, that's had a clean record, they're in their 40s, 50s, whatever the case is, and it's like the court system and the judges want to throw the book at that person and make an example of them. And in this case, instead of, like I said, it's not trying to make an example of her per se because you just have a gripe with her. No, you need to make an example of her and say, this is what a judge is not supposed to do, and this is how a judge will face consequences for doing what she did. Because you know what's going to wind up happening, and I don't know if many of you understand law. I understand some of it, not a lot, some. But whenever a court case is being brought up, where both sides think that they have a good claim against their against or for their case, whatever the case is, they'll usually cite old like court cases, okay, like. Banana versus Apple, okay, 1863, whatever that case is. I'm just throwing stuff together, okay? And that's how they wind up bringing their arguments to the court, to the judge, to say, listen, this is what happened in that case. Therefore, in this case, we got to, follow the same proceedings and maybe even the same outcome when it comes to sentencing or what have you. All this is going to do is make more judges do what she did, because once this is in the books, and maybe I'm wrong, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a legal scholar, correct me if I'm wrong, leave it in the comments, but in my opinion, what this is going to do is make more judges like her do the same things, let out even worse criminals that ICE will not be able to catch, and then they're going to come out and say, well, you know what, you can't send me to prison or convict me because let's go back to the DOOGAN case. Okay, the Judge Hannah Doogan case, July 2025 and 2026, where she was basically given a slap on the wrist. You see what I'm saying, people? And that other judge that did all this, I mean, it should have been a no-brainer that if that judge is the kind of judge that gives that goes below the sentencing guidelines or whatever the case is, that's the kind of judge you don't want in a case like this. As a matter of fact, that's the kind of judge you don't even want sitting on the damn bench. This is what I'm saying. That this is why people lose faith in the damn justice system. It's like you know they always say, Lady Justice is blind. Well, it seems like she's peeking underneath that blindfold for you people. It's incredible, man.
The judge, remorseless when appearing in court today, saying, quote, I have been cast both as a scofflaw and as a hero. I am neither. I'm a public...
Well, first of all, you're not a hero. So I don't know. The only ones that are calling you a hero are the damn people on the left. Okay. And whatever scofflaw, I mean, I didn't even look it up. So, I mean, I never heard the word before. But but listen to her arrogance that she's trying to put herself as if, you know what, she did something great, but she's being vilified from both sides. She's being vilified from one side, and she's being hailed a hero from another side. But no, I'm not neither. I'm just doing my job. No, woman, you didn't do your damn job. You helped a person that came into the country illegally, that committed a crime. You helped them escape being taken into custody and kicked out of the country, even though they did catch him and wind up doing that. But let's just say if he was a faster runner or whatever the case is and he got away, and then he went and committed another crime, a harsher crime, I don't know, like murder, rape, kidnapping, whatever the case is, who's going to be held responsible for that? And this is what I don't understand with these people on the left. You try to turn things around in your head, always trying to find justification for the dirt that you do, for the crimes that you do, for the wrongdoing that you do. And if you ask me, this woman's a damn mental case, and the judge that let her go, he's another freaking mental case.
Servant who was just trying to do my job.
Joining us now, former Justice...
I'm sorry. Let me go back so you can hear it again.
I'm a public servant who was just trying to do my job.
Right.
Joining us now, former Justice Department prosecutor Jim Trusty. Trustee-worthy. Good to see you, Jim.
Hey, you too.
Equally offensive. Now, Doogan was convicted by a jury. Was the sentencing judge and her comments, because prison time is the recommendation. And she got off with nothing and then went into, well, but Doogan experienced threats. She had to move. This goes above and beyond what people in her circumstances would normally experience. Of course, she didn't speak that way, but it was just really absurd.
Yeah, everything about it. I feel like we're going back to your bovine flatulence story a little bit. Like this is an extension of that. It was so bad. But look, I mean, the bottom line is she shows up in court. She goes to trial, for starters. There was never any remorse. This was somebody who went to trial and had her lawyers say she was a victim of Trump. Okay, so she never expressed remorse. You go back to the original facts. She literally went out of her courtroom because she heard that the guy with the domestic violence charge was going to get served with an ICE warrant. So she shooed away all the ICE agents to get them away, but didn't know that she had left 2 undercover ICE agents in the hall. They saw her sneak this defendant with a warrant waiting for him out of a back door. And she goes to trial, and now she's saying, words to the effect of, I don't like to consider myself a hero. I mean, it is absurd. And if the judge had any sort of, lenity in mind when he started hearing that nonsense from her about, just being a public servant, he should have, rewritten what he was going to do at sentencing. Look, 15 to 21 months is a significant hit for somebody with no criminal record, but she was a judge. She earned this. She earned it with her continued demeanor today, and she just lucked into a soft judge. And by the way, I don't let the prosecutors off the hook so easily either. They didn't specifically say, give her 18 months, give her 15 months. They just said it was a serious case. So they kind of mailed in their allocution a little bit, and that helped enable this judge, I think.
You see, I mean, it just makes no sense. The prosecutors didn't push hard enough. One judge decided, well, you know what? I mean, it's no big deal. We can let her go. She's gonna sit there high off the hog. As a matter of fact, another video clip that I didn't play because I'm trying to keep this video short today. Basically, she's still gonna get her pension. So the people of Wisconsin, the taxpayers in Wisconsin, their tax money is still going to pay this woman her pension for the rest of her life. And I believe they said it's over, if I'm correct, I might be wrong, but like over $150,000 a year or something to that effect. Whatever the case is, it's like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me she was forced to resign, she was found guilty, okay, by a panel of jurors. She's given a slap on the wrist, which already that's a slap in the face to civilians and taxpayers, what have you, and now you're still going to let her collect money from the taxpayers in Wisconsin? You can't make this up, people. You can't make this up. More times than none, people commit a crime and everything is seized from them. Their house, their property, cars, boats, or their bank accounts, everything is seized from them. They send them to prison with nothing. So when they get out of prison, they have even less. And yet this woman gets to keep her dignity, for whatever dignity she thinks that is. Okay, in her warped mind. And on top of that, she's going to be collecting money from people that she was supposed to protect from criminals, and she failed at that because she basically helped a criminal try to escape. And we're supposed to look back as American citizens and be like, you know what? That's it. That's the final judgment. This is what I'm saying. I'm disgusted. The people in Wisconsin, listen, you lefties in Wisconsin, you ain't going to do nothing. And you're not, because this is what you love. You love the chaos. You love the crime. But all the people in Wisconsin that are against all this, I truly believe you seriously need to start a damn petition and get it sent to Washington. And if you need to get it sent to the Supreme Court, you need to do what you got to do. This cannot keep happening. This cannot stand. It's bad enough. Another thing that I'm going to cover on Monday, so watch the podcast. Again, in Fairfax County, Virginia, the prosecutor once again let go of another illegal immigrant. And what did he do? He kidnapped and raped someone else. Again, another illegal immigrant criminal. Again, another criminal let off by the freaking bluecoats in Virginia that went and shed more blood, like I've been saying in a lot of my videos. And why? This is insane, people. This woman should be behind bars. She should not be collecting a pension. She should have had everything null and void once she stood in front of a judge and had to have jurors listen to her story, and they all found her guilty. like any other civilian, where right then and there they put you in handcuffs and send you off. That's what they should have did to her. Nope. They had to wait a few months. Let's get her in front of another judge for sentencing. And what did that do? Well, here's a slap on the wrist, honey. You can go retire, go to the beach, go to Martha's Vineyard, have your cocktails, collect that check every month or every year or whichever way they do it, and don't worry about it. Pretend that your whole life has been uprooted, but it hasn't. All they did was give her an early retirement. That's all they did. It's disgusting, and it's a slap to it's a slap in the face to the victims, number one, and to civilians in America. I don't know what to say anymore with these stories, man. I mean, this is just ridiculous. This woman should not be walking out of a car with someone opening up the door for her with a big smile on her face, as if she's freaking royalty. And then, okay, like I said, if that guy would have got away and committed another crime, what happens to the victims? I just can't. This stuff is just so damn infuriating. It truly is. But anyway, that's what I got for you. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, pass the channel around. And if you can help support the channel, there's a link in my description to my Cash App and my merch store. So remember, people, stay vigilant. Keep praying for each other. Keep praying for the women and the children. Pray for this country. Pray for your enemies. Pray for President Trump. And don't forget to pray for all the missing children. Peace.